All right, welcome back. In this segment of our conversation, we'll be talking about the Majestic Daughters. It's an empowering conference for daughters, women, I would imagine, which is to be held. And so we have via Zoom with us Dr. Toyin Harris, who is the lead host of Majestic Daughters Empowered Conference, as well as the mayor of Belmopan, Her Worship, Sharon Palacio, who's the host of the Majestic Daughters Empowered Conference. Good morning to both of you, daughters.
Majestic women.
Majestic daughters.
Good morning.
Yes.
All
Good
right.
morning. Thank you for having us on.
All right. If you would, as lead host, Dr. Harris, um, get a bit into telling us about the Majestic Daughters Empowered Conference, so what it is all about.
Okay, thank you so much for having us on your channel, Channel 5 this morning. We're so excited.
Yeah.
Majestic Daughters is a women's prayer and empowerment ministry that started 7 years ago in Houston, Texas. And we have sister arms in London, England, and Lagos, Nigeria. It's a non-profit and NGO where we spiritually empower women, and we also empower them financially in any way in which they need our help. And so we also have a transitional home called Goshen, where we help women that are going through challenges. We accommodate them for a period of 3 months and just help them get back to their self-esteem and nurture their growth. And so this conference, the Empowerment Conference, is a conference God laid in our heart because we believe is the season where God wants to empower women. It's a season, it's a time of transformation, it's a time of impact, and we believe that every woman is destined for greatness. So God put Belize in our heart, and we're coming all the way there to come to the women, to bring hope to the hopeless, strength to those that are weak, and to lift up all those that are down.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's powerful enough,
Yeah.
just what you said there. But, Dr. Harris, you talk about having branches in different parts of the world. This conference is actually the official launch of the branch in Belize. Tell us
Yes.
why Belize.
Well, so like I visited Belize last year, and I was fortunate to meet the honorable, beautiful, powerful Mayor Sharon Palacio. And when I met her, we met at the women's. There was a women's conference or like a women's fellowship where we met, and I also came for one of my doctorate programs when I met her in Belize, and I was drawn towards the women of Belize, the women in the city of Belmopan. When I met them, like I said, there's something special about them, something that I just felt like God wanted to do something in the city. And of course, the mayor invited us with her goodwill heart, and we're here coming to just bring the good news and coming to bring inspiring and motivational messages to touch the women of the city of Belmopan.
Well, Mayor Palacio, what better introduction than that? Let's just tap into your goals here. You are one of the few elected female leaders in this country, and I'm sure that gives you a unique perspective in itself. But let's talk about what the goal is in inviting Majestic Daughters to establish the branch.
Well, for me, when I met Dr. Toyin Harris in her pursuit and finalizing her doctoral degree, I'm always attracted to women who are seeking higher education. So personally, I flocked onto her, and the minute I heard that she's a female pastor at the same time and all what she's doing, I became so excited because I don't think I've ever met a female pastor and leading a ministry. So out of curiosity, I wanted to have that kind of connection, and having a female myself in my mind, I want to become a female pastor. That has always been a dream.
Oh, wow.
So one of my goals is to continuing my pursuit of becoming a pastor eventually, but more so having a woman of God share with us, share with the city of Belmopan and others who will be attending the power of prayer, um, and having woman to woman connected using prayer.
Yeah.
That was my that's my number one goal. Using prayer to promote sisterhood
Yeah.
and connecting us using prayer. And amongst them there's I when I visited her in Houston, I realized how organized her group is, and they care for hurting women, women from domestic violence. They have a home for them. So personally, I want to be able to offer specifically my females in Belmopan that type of support, that
Yes.
type of anchor. And when we create linkages for a lifetime, these are some of the things that we can get done. I never imagined that she was going to respond so fast and bring a group of 11 powerful women.
Yes.
So I am
Quite a lineup.
very excited and I'm looking forward. I remember telling her that I formed a group by the name of Single Woman in Motherhood. And if you look at the acronym, it is SWIM. And she said, she was only looking at me and she said, that's a wonderful idea, Mayor Palacio. And I won't go ahead of myself. Let's continue the show.
Yeah. You won't give all the details, but let me ask the question. And I know I ask it from personal experience. But I want you to share with people who are watching just how important it is to have supportive females in your corner. Support in general is wonderful, but there's something different when you have the support of other women, especially when you have leadership roles or you're pushing a message of positivity. Dr. Harris?
And that question.
Okay, it's so important for women to support each other
Yes.
because women are emotional beings and they go through different things every day, different seasons of their life. Some are going through challenges, some are going through all sort of things. So when you see a woman supporting another woman, it's so encouraging. It makes you feel as if you have a sister that you can lean on to. It makes you feel as if you have an intercessor that is praying for you, somebody that is looking out for you, somebody that is watching out for you. So, and it helps build a community when you have people, when it's not all about competition, it's not all about envy, but you can pass on the love of God through being able to carry each other up. So it's so important that we women begin to hold each other up, begin to love each other, and begin to share the love of Christ amongst each other.
I grew up with a single mother in a single mother home.
Yeah.
My mother raised several of us, and I am witness to the fact that being empowered, seeing her seeking empowerment, seeing her seeking to empower herself, how that has taken her as a woman, as a single mother, despite all the challenges that comes with raising 7 children, including myself, some very stubborn children at that, myself included, how that empowerment has taken her to another level. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is exactly what it is you're seeking to instill in women across Belmopan.
Yes, that is very true. It's very true. We are coming with a message that this is the season of empowerment. God is set to empower women. Women are the next move of God on earth. He's ready to let us know that we have the ability, the capacity to rise. No woman is expected to live below status quo. Every woman is expected to reach the height that they dream or imagine to want to get to. The mandate of this ministry is birthing the destinies of women through prayer. A lot of women are sometimes afraid to birth their desire, birth their goals or their dreams. But we're here We're coming here to tell them that through the Holy Spirit, every woman has the ability to be empowered to become great in life.
Yeah. Can I just say, your mom's probably tearing up because you said that. So beautiful. But Mayor Palacio, just bring it back to us for a moment. What's the local reality? Is there a supportive community that you think will be fostered within Belmopan, or is it trying to get them to that place?
Marlene, I must say that the moment I started working on the promotion of this event, I have a young man who he has been right by my side, and I actually saw the outpour that people are so supportive. And as we speak, I remember telling him yesterday that we have to close our registration because of COVID, we can only have a certain number. So our target group is 100 women, and we were there. I think we barely have space for anybody else. So the season is right, the timing is right, and I don't have to work hard in promoting having these 11 women of God, and at the same time competent women that it's not hard to market. So it's something that the time is right. The time is very right for such a gathering.
Yeah. And is it women of all age groups?
Yeah. When we advertised and I kept on sharing, we want it to be intergenerational.
Nice.
Because as we older women continue in what we're doing, we need to raise up our younger ones. And whenever I look at you, Marlene, I always feel so special.
Yeah.
Because I can never forget when I saw you as this bright little girl. Mm-hmm. And when we were doing that convention on the rights of the child, if you can recall, you were the speaker.
Yes.
And today, as far as I'm concerned, you're the CEO for Channel 5. Yeah. So that's something I keep under my, how to say it, as part of my platform. Yeah. And I don't go around sharing this every day. Yeah. But I know that when we capture young leaders at the right time, we can't go wrong. We'll have many more Marlenes.
I agree. And I've had a lot of phenomenal women in my life from I was very little who have shown me what is possible. And I think having this collaborative network that you're trying to build there is so admirable. And I love that it's intergenerational, because you can be 10 and still seeing and learning that women are capable, women are empowered, women can be supportive, and they can take leadership through faith, as you're doing with this project. So let me just come back for 1 second. So you have the conference for the launch on January 15th, and you are going to, you have your 100 women invited. Where do you go from there? I know you have a powerhouse lineup in the presentations, but what's the plan after the launch?
The plan is to be consistent in sharing messages. When I went to Houston with Dr. Harris, the topic was unveiled. Yeah. And I see that she'll be launching in Canada. There's another topic. So we've already discussed. She gave me the task to find a base in Belmopan, to find a building, but I haven't done so. I decided that I'm going to use existing structures. So fortunately, we have access to the American Northwest University in Belmopan, because we have to learn how to collaborate with each other. So we're using an existing facility, and I did not want to go ahead and identify a venue, call it a home for Majestic Daughters. I want Dr. Harris to be on the ground, so that we can walk Belmopan together and choose the home for Majestic Daughters. Because her ministry will be financing every step of the way. But my mother taught me from early, money has no friend. So I did not take that bold step to identify the place. But Majestic Daughters will have a home. We'll have regular visits from Majestic Daughters in Houston, in Canada. It's a big network. And I'm sure you don't know this as yet, but I have a conference that I'm organizing 4th to the 6th of March by the name of She for She Champions. Because when I read a report, it said that women will not take our due place in leadership. There's another 103 years before women really take over. And in my mind, we can change that narrative
Yep.
by being there for each other.
Yeah.
I'm from a family of men, and I find myself that whenever I'm interacting with females in my very community, it's very, at times, disheartening when you're going to hear certain things, the way the way woman to woman communicate, and that has to change.
Yeah.
I've been on the campaign trail, and I'm not campaigning. And as you rightly said, I'm the one female mayor. But Marlene will have a separate discussion on my experiences, on my being that first female mayor for the city of Belmopan. It is not a walk in the park. When I grew up with my 6 brothers, it was all love and joy and friendship. So I believe that my platform has to change this narrative when it comes to how women interact with each other, how we communicate, how we behave. So there has to be some kind of change for us to come together meaningfully. So the She for She Champion is a first step to see where we are, how we as women can come together, create better linkages for the development of our younger girls who are watching us.
Of course. I love that. I think that's the perfect way to round off the conversation. Dr. Harris, for people who are interested to learn more about Majestic Daughters, do you want to share with us how people can get in touch?
Yes, we have a website, www.majesticdaughters.org. We have a lot of information there where you can read about the ministry, what we do, how we help people, how we help with prayer and empowerment. And also, once we solidify our base in Belize, we're going to form a WhatsApp group with all the members, with all the women that are interested in being part of the ministry. So we're able to send messages to them through our email. Our email is info@majesticdaughters.org, and through our social media handles on Instagram and Facebook at Majestic Daughters.
All right. Well, all the best to you, Dr. Harris, and to you, Mayor Palacio, and Mayor, all the best to you in your ministerial endeavors in the future. Hopefully one day when that happens, I get to visit your congregation.
Definitely.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much, and best of luck. We hope that you have a phenomenal event on the 15th.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marlene. Thank you, Mr. Lopez.
Thank you.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we are still focusing on the fact that we are starting off a new year.
Yeah.
And for the new year, maybe new hobbies?
Music?
Yeah. It's not soundbite drumming.
It's not drumming.
We tried it though, and that's the key message here.
Exactly.
All right. So we're going to talk about learning to play a new instrument, and from a professional as well. I mean, it's so intimidating, right? But we have Cindy Burgess joining us. We're going to talk about what she's been doing, but even more so, just why people should consider taking up playing a new instrument. So that's coming up in a few. Stay tuned.